that any major composer had wrote music for the band. Before that, band music was always marches, there was orchestral pieces like symphonies rewritten for band. But Gustav Holst was already a world-renowned composer, and he decided he was going to write a completely original piece for band. Most band music was either like highlights from an opera, it wasn't original music. It was the first time a serious composer decided to write something brand new for the band. It's why this is kind of the foundation of everything that we do as band. It's what Shakespeare is to the English language, that's what the whole suite is to band music. So it's impressive. I thought it was great to do this. It's played by a lot of college bands. There's this nice version that makes it accessible to you, but I thought it was tremendous of Mr. Jacobson to pick this for you. And what makes this piece so brilliant is the music of the first four bars. Everything you play is based on the first four bars. Everything comes out of the first 6 notes of this piece is what everything's based on. And who plays at the very beginning? Who plays the very first 4 measures? Raise your hand. Great. I have a challenge for you. My friend on the bass is going to have no problem with this. Everyone else, can you play those first 4 bars without taking a breath? Yes, you can, because you have no alternative. Here we go. We're going to play those first 4 bars. Act will probably go on. Here we go. The goal is don't take a breath. And I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out here. We're going to go a little, hang on, we're going to go a little quicker than maybe you're used to. That's fine. That does not make me right and Mr. Jacobson wrong or either or. We're just going to try something a little bit different here. Here we go. A little faster than what you're used to. 1, 2. One breath? We're able to do the first 4 bars in one breath. Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal. I don't expect you to do the first 8 bars in one breath, but get to the don't break the slur. Get to the first slur. That's great. Thank you for being ready to come in. This time we'll get to you. Here we go. Same thing again. This time we're going on. Nice job, everybody. Here we go. Beginning of the Holst. 1, 2. Anyone know what a chaconne means? All right. What was the guess? What did you say?
I said caterpillar.
You might as well. All right. So chaconne is basically the idea is it's one theme and there's variations on it. What my friends that play bass clarinet and the bass player and the trombonist playing the baritone part play at the beginning, that's the basic melody and it never changes from that. You have all these different variations, but that theme of the first 4 bars is everyone's playing it. Who has that part at measure 17? Who has the main theme that the bass clarinet played at 17? That would be right. It's in some of the saxophone bass clarinets got it. Some of the tenor sax has it. It's always there. Why is that important to you? Because that part needs to always come across. Can we go at 17, please? And let's see. Actually, give me those that believe they have the main theme, the original chaconne theme at 17. You just raise your hand. Let me hear you with the pickup to 17. Here we go. 1, play. Good. Now put everyone else at 17. You have to hear that. If you can't hear that, you need to change that. That's the main theme. Here we go. 17 with the pickup. 1, play. Who has the theme? Put down your hands. You're right. Who has the theme? Those that don't have the theme, tell me who it is. Who's got it? Saxophone, that is correct. Saxophone. So, band, you have band class 2 times a week. When you come to band class, do you think it's to learn how to play your part? No. Good answer. It is not how to learn how to play your part. Band class is where you're going to learn everyone else's part. You can learn, there's 5 days in a week and a weekday. You got 3 days, put on the weekend, you got 5 days to learn your part. You got 2 days to learn everyone else's part. That doesn't mean you pick up a clarinet and go to town on it. It doesn't mean a saxophone player goes back and bangs the bass drum. But it means you know what's going on and how your part relates to everyone else. And that's what I'm talking about, where the theme is on that stuff. So you can adjust. So if you know flutes at 33 while you're playing 8 notes in first clarinet while you've got some quarter note stuff going on, if you know where the theme is, you can adjust your dynamic. Does that make sense? You're going to use band not to know your part, but to learn everyone else's. Here we go. At 33, let's keep going. And I'm going to ask you to just know where that theme is. Here we go. 33. 1, 2, play. Measure 41. Anyone? French horns. Do you have the theme at 41?
Not the same as the bass clarinets at the beginning.
That is a brilliant answer. That is absolutely, they absolutely do have the theme, and it's not the same. I could go on like an hour-long theory discussion, break out like a chalkboard on here. But what you have is the minor key variation on that. The theme is in E flat major. You're in C minor. We're not going to go into a music theory lesson here. But you have the theme, but it's called an inversion of it. Whereas it goes up, you go down. It's major, you go minor. So the theme is in the French horn. It's just a little bit different. And then when we get to 49, Mr. Hull starts bringing it back in a major key. But this is a cool little minor key inversion. So, what's your name?
Izzy.
Izzy. Excellent answer, because that's exactly correct. The horns do have the theme, but it's just different than before. Bravo. Let's go right on 41. Actually, we'll take the pickup. So one count before 41. So it starts the French horns with the inversion. Here we go. Pickups to 41. 1, play. Comments about that bass drum part back there.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Take a look at the size of the one that's playing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go back. Let's ask a couple questions. 58, who has the theme now? That right there, that is correct. Trombones, and I think, no, not tenor sax. Do we have bari sax in this ensemble? We do, awesome. Good, I just want to make sure we have bari sax here. Bari sax, trombone, and I thought, was there a trombone that's playing the baritone part? Awesome, valve trombone. You are also on the melody, that's the theme there. Again, you're not doing anything wrong if you don't have that, but you maybe even aren't aware what's going on. So let's start at 58, and then we'll have the trombones have the melody, and then when we get to 66, who takes over? Absolutely, you're correct. Trumpets take over with the theme there. Here we go. 58, please. Right on 58. What a beautiful cymbal crash. 1, 2, 58. Much better. What's your name? Anna. Is Anna's parents here? This is going to be fun. All right. Anna, I'm going to give you a license. Just hit that bass drum right now. Go ahead and hit it. That's a tough instrument. It's not going to break. Don't hit hard on that, but you're good. The reason I ask is there's a famous band conductor, Frederick Fennell, who was kind of like the granddaddy of all band conductors. We kind of consider ourselves descendants of him. And he wrote all kinds of articles about band music. And he always said at that point there, at the very end, that's the bass drum solo is like the best part. It's the reason to play bass drum. So you have. Let's go. You want to hear Anna lay into it?
Yes.
Here we go. You have my promise. If the bass drum head breaks, I'm going to pay for it. Here we go. Here we go. We're going right on 66. Right on 66. No pickups, right on 66. Everyone? 1, 2, play. Usually bass drum just has its own thing to do. It's a great moment. All right, we have some time. Here's what I want to do. You've done a great job right there, Justine. I want to run from the beginning of the chaconne to the end. I'm not going to promise you this. It'll be like a beautiful, what do you call this, a caterpillar? It's like the one in Alice in Wonderland. All right, it's going to be, we are going to go straight through this, but what I want you to call your attention to is always know, now we stopped identifying who has the chaconne theme, and adjust dynamics. So I shouldn't have to tell. Flutes be softer, trombones play out, bass clarinet play out, listen to French horn. We've gone through this, now I want to run that straight through, and I want you guys to take charge. You think you can handle that? One of the things that I loved about your program, is anytime when you had the students doing introductions and stuff like that, because it shows that you take ownership in your program. It shows that you're invested, and I love that. And then what I'm asking you to do right now is take ownership in your music. I've given you some ideas, but now I want you to take charge. You up for that? Here we go. From the beginning, you know now who has the theme at each time, and we're going to let you kind of lead the way. Here we go. Start with my bass clarinets, my euphonium. Here we go, my bass player. 2. Under breath. wanted something to happen. Of course, it's not in the music when it's just something else. So. Great. We have just enough time. I think we got about 5 minutes. Let's do a little bit of the march. Here we go. Let's go on. This march.